Pelosi uses sleazy trick to skip out on $137,000 in taxes just after voting against tax cuts for working Americans. Sounds about right to me. By Melissa Davis for EverydayConservative.com. It turns out that the woman who calls $1,000 Christmas bonuses crumbs had good reason to vote against the Tax Cuts and Job Act that benefits 90% of the American people. 137,000 of them. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, who likes to paint herself as a champion of the common man, owns 3 multi-million-dollar homes in San Francisco, in Napa, and in Washington, D.C. The combined property tax bill for a single year came to what some Americans pay for a home. But while President Trump's tax reform bill cuts taxes for most Americans, it limited the amount wealthy taxpayers could deduct on their state, local, and property taxes to $10,000. Oh dear! What's a liberal with a $7.2 million home in Tony, San Francisco, a $4 million getaway in the wine country of the Napa Valley, and another in D.C. to do? One trick suggested by how-to guidelines published by the Washington Post in December was to game the system by prepaying property taxes so that the full amount would be deductible. Some states and local authorities allow people to prepay their state and local taxes, including property taxes. If they did so this year, people could conceivably deduct them from this year's taxes. Sure enough, Pelosi and her husband did just that, according to the Washington Free Beacon. Just days after President Trump signed the sweeping tax bill into law late last month, Pelosi and her husband tried to preserve $64,000 in property tax breaks, known as the state and local taxes, SALT deductions for her 2 California homes, the paper reported. House Democrat worth more than $100 million dismissed the generous bonuses paid by many companies to their employees following the signature of the tax reform bill as crumbs. She must have been talking about what $1,000 means to her pocketbook, not to the rest of the working people in the U.S. What do you think of wealthy people like U.S. House Representatives Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi using tricks to avoid the new tax law that aren't available to most Americans? Oh, we're not surprised. Absolutely, we're not surprised with this. This shouldn't shock anybody, actually, at this point. That's why I'm telling you that Dems could care less. So why is she, not paying the taxes? She wants to help the community, the illegals. You have to pay in if you want to help the people, right? So why is she trying to avoid these taxes? Why not pay even more, But again, you see the hypocrisy. She could care less. She only cares about her pocket, along with the rest of them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.